And it's a slightly belated welcome to the Kerava National Cricket Ground for this women's T20I between Estonia and Finland. And we're underway watching the third ball of this Estonian innings. And just to bring you up to date, if you're a little late joining us, and apologies for the slightly late start to the feed here on the Cricket Finland channel. Finland won the toss and have decided to insert Estonia as we watch Ria Kula come in and bowl a fourth delivery of this over, which goes for a wide. I'll run through the teams for you in a moment and bring you up to date with the situation in this tri-series so far. This is the second day of 3. As this full toss is hammered back past the bowler and Estonia pick their first run up off the bat. This tri-series then between Estonia, Switzerland and the hosts Finland, which got underway yesterday and saw Switzerland pick up 2 wins from their 2 games against Estonia and Finland. So another wide is bowled down the leg side, and this the first time these two have met in this series, so the winners will get underway in terms of points scored, with Switzerland having won their 2 games yesterday and leading the table out on their own, as this shorter ball is pulled into the onside and they scamper through for a single. The batters for Estonia, Giima Madanayaka and Anna-Marie Vesic. So after the first over then, Estonia underway, 5 without loss. And we're going to see the second over from the Kerava end. And it's Leah Martin who's going to be getting her account underway off a short run. We'll go through, as I say, the teams for you in just a moment when we get a spare second or so as Martin comes in. A couple of paces and bowls that one outside the off stump, given wide by the umpires. The umpires today, Srinidhi Ravindra and Venkat Tragavan. Venkat, the man standing at the non-striker's end, and Srinidhi at square leg as the next ball is just turned into the onside for no run. Second one short, pulled. Attempted to stop in the short mid-wicket position, but backing up from mid-on was the Finnish fielder to prevent the single. So Estonia and Finland, as I say, having lost yesterday. Well, this could be a caught and bowl chance. No, it's just wide of the bowler, and they pick up a single here. Madanayaka. Oh, they're going for a second. There's a big mix-up, but thankfully, number 2, Anna-Marie Vesic, was running to the danger end. She'd seen the opportunity, perhaps a slight late call to her partner, but as she was running to the non-danger end, then things were okay for Estonia, and they remain without loss. Martin in again, short down the leg side, wide. Short ball pulled into the onside, and Estonia pick up another run off the bat. These two teams know each other pretty well. Being such close neighbours, of course, and also, oh, there's a chance here as it flies over the wicket-keeper's head. I think lost the ball there in flight, and Estonia get away with it. But these two played each other several times, but also playing some mixed teams in a little competition between Finland and Estonia. Just a couple of hours across the water, Estonia, or Tallinn at least, anyway. So these two know each other fairly well. As Martin's in again down the leg side wide. Under the leg side wide. 12 then Estonia move on to, having been put into bat by Finland. As mentioned, both teams lost to Switzerland yesterday. I'll give you a rundown of how they got on. They were fairly close in the end, both of those games. Estonia posting 132 for 4 against Switzerland, who chased it down for the loss of 5 wickets. With 5 balls remaining, so a pretty close end. They'll be looking for a similar target to set today, as this next delivery is turned nicely into the onside. They should pick up 2 quite easily here. In fact, one of the batters is being sent back when there was quite clearly an easy 2. But again, Anna-Marie Vesic running to the danger end saw that run was on and made sure she got her ground safely as the over comes to an end. And Ria Kula removes her cap to take on the second over, 15 without loss after 2 having been put in. And in the other game yesterday, which featured Switzerland and Finland, it was Finland who posted a target of 126 for the loss of 6, as we watch Kula come in again. Looping delivery down leg side wide. Switzerland chased that down with a little bit more comfort, getting home in the 18th over for the loss of 3 wickets. So as mentioned, they top the leaderboard in this tri-series, but 3 games to go today and 3 tomorrow. Well, this one is a full toss, which is hammered into the onside. Terrific shot. That should go all the way, and it does. A few bounces for. That's a really nicely middled shot. Just floating that up, missing the length, and it was really nicely dispatched there by Madanayaka. Really got hold of that one. Terrific shot. Which takes him on to 20. Here's Kula again. Wide down the offside. Madanayaka, Vesic, Victoria Frey, Lina Sormus, Egelin Elamar, Vinishvani, Marit Valna, Ragnar Helik, Asma Shifa, Shamali Lovka and Helena Keria are the Estonian 11 that's taken the field for this game. We'll give you the Finnish one in just a moment, as this leg side wide is also missed by the keeper, and they're going to pick up an extra on top of the wide. We've got Tragilia Mulapati, Hayen Ngien, Leah Martin, Stella Sheridan, Divija Unhali, Mira Sastermoinen, Minna Stolt, Anchal Kula, Rea Kula, Pragati Bandan and Hansika Dasanaika is the Finnish 11. Good start then for Estonia, 21 for no wicket in the third. Here's Rayakula again. This one's outside off stump and called wide once more. Kula again. Oh, bit of a swing there, bit of a not too straight a bat, and it missed their possible opportunity. That just teased her outside the off stump. Oh, this one's going up in the air. Could be a catch for the keeper, or in fact the fielder running in from the sort of backstop position. In the end, neither of them managed to get there. And Anne-Marie Vesic gets away with that one. A really inviting opportunity. Better ball, really nice ball that one. Delivers that just outside the off stump, a little bit of bounce to it. Batter leaves it alone, taken behind by the keeper, but that's the length she's got a home in on now. Nice little bit of bounce too. Off this artificial wicket here in Kerava. Beautiful morning for cricket here. A little bit of dew on the ground, an early start, 9 o'clock, but the little bit of the dew on the ground's probably about to burn off by now, I'd have thought. This one is probably a no ball, in fact, signalled for height. But glorious conditions, probably around 21 degrees now. We're expecting it to be a day of full sunshine, getting up to around 25. It's a nice breeze, couldn't be better conditions really for playing cricket. And as mentioned, 3 games today. 9 o'clock start here, 13 or 1:30 start for Finland against Switzerland later, and this evening, oh, it could be a run out here. She's actually removed the stump, and a bit of a mix-up in the end. It was hit back. Whether the bowler got a hand on it, I don't know. The umpire's not given it because the ball then ricocheted onto the stumps. The batter was out of their ground. Then she picked it up, dropped it, and removed the stumps, and somehow was in. Followed up with a leg side wide. So, bit of action in this over. 27 without loss. That's a good ball, but it's well struck as well by the Estonian batter. She's really got hold of that one again. Terrific shot by Madanaika, just lofting it over the inner ring. Couple of bounces and 4. So a terrific end to that over from Estonia. Takes them on to 31 after just 3 overs. So a nice healthy rate of above 10 so far. And it'll be Martin to continue at what we call the Kerava end here. You'll see the big tower with the golf ball on top. Really terrific scene here at Kerra. Beautiful ground, gorgeous outfield despite quite a hot July so far. Short ball, that's hammered to the fielder at short mid-wicket where it's dropped. Put down, that was a chance. She got hold of that, did Vesic. Put down, I think, by Sheridan in that short mid-wicket position. Great catching position, but a lost opportunity. And to compound the pain there, a leg side wide to follow. Vesic again going leg side. She's lofted that over the infield, but it's not going to go all the way. It is going to get cut off before they can come back for a second. Vesic's very keen on these seconds. Madanayake less so, but probably the correct call on that occasion. Leah Martin, this one is slightly straighter, and another good shot into the onside by Madanayake. Slight fumble on the outfield. They're coming back for that second. Vesic's quick, and they get home easily. Slight fumble there allowed them that chance, but she's certainly targeting that onside, and both of these batters have managed to time the ball pretty well when the ball has sat up for them. Martin in again, nice pull into the onside, just evading that short mid-wicket fielder, and just waiting for that bounce rather than trying to get on the front foot, which is good because there is a bit of bounce in this pitch. Just waiting on the ball and very much targeting that leg side. Slight break for a shoelace from Madanayake as Vesic prepares to face now. And she's looking for that fine leg area. She's sent back, and I think there's some consternation from the bench there because that was a fairly straightforward single and it was refused. This time they do pick up, will commit to the run, and they commit to two quite easily. That's much better. Perhaps a bit of communication between the two at this point might be along the lines of there's plenty more runs out there if we just push the runs a little harder as that fourth over comes to an end, and Estonia 38 without loss. I think Kula is done for now, her 2 overs. We're going to have a change of bowling at this residential end. Run rate exactly 9.5 for Estonia, so a terrific start for them. If they can keep going at this rate, they're going to be pushing towards the business end of 200. Unlikely, of course, to keep this rate going throughout the whole 20 overs, but if you don't start well, you can't continue, as Anchal Kula prepares to come on now. Number 27 on her back, she'll be wearing bowling in a cap. She's got a towel hanging out the back of her trousers there. She comes in, this one is a nice start, and it's just hammered into the offside. It was a chance, well, not a chance of a catch, but it was uppish, shall we say, in the air for a while, just landing short of the fielder. Very tight ring here. Finland very much saying, I'm just looking, one fielder outside the ring in this power play, just saying, come on, go over the top. That's a beautiful ball. It's beaten her all ends up there, not taken cleanly by the keeper. Who's this? Next delivery is another good one. Attempted swipe into the onside, missed completely. Next one outside the off stump wide. Taken by the keeper, high and going. Ooh, could be an appeal here. Not given not out by the umpire. Our commentary position is not exactly behind the bowler's arm, so we can't see quite how straight it was, but it was a bit of an ugly swish into the onside, which was missed and taken on the pad, but obviously nothing in it. As this one goes up in the air, a bit of a missed scoop. There could be a chance for a run out if it's a direct hit. A little slow perhaps to release the ball, whereas they've refused a few easy singles so far. That one was one of those where you really put the pressure on the fielder, and they got home fine, so that's good stuff. Again, short pulled into the onside, good fielding, no run. And the over ends 42 without loss, so not a bad over that one for Finland. They dragged that back. That was a great start by Anchal-Kula. Only 4 coming from it, so after 5, 42 without loss. We hope to have some presence in the box today throughout the morning and afternoon from some of perhaps the associate staff of these two teams. We'll look forward to bringing you a little bit more of an insight into the development of women's cricket in both these nations throughout the morning and afternoon, as Leah Martin continues with her third, and it's a dot ball to start with. That's another good delivery, but it's nicely played into the onside by Vesic. She's going to pick up a single. Martin again. Well, this one's gone way up in the air. There should be a chance for somebody running in from mid-off, and it's spilled. Whether she quite got there, and there's a bit of a mix-up between the batters as well. This time it's Madanayaka going for the one might call suicidal run, but she's quite rightly sent back by her captain, and she survives. 2 potential opportunities for a wicket there. She's just taking a moment to compose herself, gloves off. So Finland have exerted a little bit more pressure on to these two batters who've made a great start, but a little bit more pressure being applied now. It's another good ball, and it's pulled into the onside. One bounce short of the fielder. Good fielding, good pick up, and she's given. Terrific work in the field. Sheridan, I think it was, who picked it up on the one after one bounce, threw it in, taken cleanly by the bowler. At the non-striker's end, she whipped the bails off, and Finland have the breakthrough. And it is Anna-Marie Vesic who has gone. And a good piece of smart work in the outfield there. 44 for 1. Vesic goes for 9. And Finland get a little bit of reward for the pressure they've exerted over the last over or so. So Finland have made the breakthrough. Those two were going very well. A few mix-ups in the running, but some very good shots into the offside. So it's Madanayaka, the other opener, who's the surviving member of that opening pair, and she's facing the next delivery from Martin and is swinging it into the onside for no run. Picked up well again in the field by Sheridan, who performed that run out for the Finnish Bears. She just drops out or to the edge of the circle now. Perhaps a little bit of pressure on the batter would be even better. This one, though, does go straight to, and she takes the catch, so that tells me I'm not really reading it properly. She knew exactly what she was doing, put herself right back on the ring, and the long hop was just sort of carved into the onside, straight down the throat of Sheridan, and she takes the catch. Second wicket gone in this over, and that's the two openers gone. Madanayaka now for 17. So, a good little passage of play this for Finland. Martin's over has ended. I say 44 for 2. So only 2 runs coming from that and 2 wickets. So the end of the power play, 6 overs gone. And Estonia, having gone off to a bit of a flyer, have just been pegged back somewhat here. 44 for 2 after 6. Now, it'll be interesting to see whether or not we see the field spread or not. Unlikely at the moment, I would say. Given how they've picked up wickets with a run out in that circle and a catch. They're sending one, Martin, the bowler, out onto the deep square, no, the sort of cow corner area, if you like. We've got a left-hander on strike now. This is Chamali Lakuga, number 49, and Kula's going around the wicket to her, but wide. So, a left-hander to deal with. This one is wide down the leg side. Important now to keep the pressure up, having got those 2 quick wickets. Try and maintain some pressure with the dot balls as much as possible. Which comes in around the wicket. That one is a full toss and it's miscued out into the offside. A good attempt by the keeper to try and get there, but she couldn't in the end. High end, just out of her grasp. But another chance created. 46 for 2. Run rate dipped from about 9.5 now to 7.5. Short, pulled to the fielder, who's dropped it. It was straight to her. Madanayaka. So another opportunity. It's pulled around the corner really by the left-handed batter. And she's given her life. Victoria Frey is the new batter. Coming in at number 4, facing her first delivery. Got a sort of fly slip in now. Short third man. And the keeper just helping the batter mark her guard. A little bit of chalk. As she waits for that crouching position. That one's up above the eye line, down leg side though, and called wide again. That's a good connection, straight back over the bowler's head. They'll pick up a single safely. And Frey gets off the mark. Nice sound off the bat there. Short ball, but hammered straight. Bring to left-hander, Lukugi on to strike again. And just slung down the leg side. Perhaps she ought to try over the wicket, maybe. Just struggling with a line to the left-hander here, despite that often habitual move to go around the wicket. Just slinging it down leg side a little bit. This one is helped into the onside. This is a terrific shot by the left-hander. She's running away for 4. It was just short, sat up, and she played a nice pull shot to pick up a boundary. And she moves on to 5, Lukugi. Finland, Switzerland up at 1:30. Switzerland unbeaten in the first 2 games yesterday, beating Estonia and Finland. So they're the ones that need to be hunted down over the course of this weekend, as we watch Anchal Kula come in again, just straying down leg side again. Perhaps a little switch over the wicket might help. Still just the one fielder out, at deep mid-wicket. And again down the leg side. Just struggling here. Just get the line right. 56 for 2. And Estonia's run rate shot up again from 7.5 and over 2 ago to 8.5. She reaches for that one, trying to play it on the half volley, but it was perhaps a little back of a length for her to do that without any great foot movement, so turned it into a good ball in the end. Straight to the fielder, who's dropped it again. Backward, fine leg. That's a shame. It was targeting that leg side boundary behind square with that fielder who's perfectly positioned for it and just couldn't quite hang on. So she gets away with another one, does Lukugi, and she is on 6 at the end of the 7th over. And 57 for 2, so that one, having exerted a little bit of pressure, Finland have just let things get away from them a touch with that over. 13 from it. We're going to see a bowling change now. Bandari. Coming on from the care of her end for her first over. To the left-hander, she also going around the wicket. This one is just prodded forward to by the batter, and a nice start. So 136 and 120 odd yesterday being posted and chased down. Target or pass so far as the full toss is pulled into the onside. Now there should be a couple here, perhaps. No, they just settle with the one. Pass score so far after the first day, around about a 130 mark. You think Estonia have the opportunity here to go past that, perhaps, and set a challenging target. as Freya waits. That one's down leg side. And doesn't manage to get anything on it. Substantially enough, but not given wide by the umpire. Short, pulled nicely. That should be 4. Unless Stolt can get around to it, she can't. It beats her to the rope. And another boundary. Nice shot. Just waited on that. Guided it through the gap. And picked up a boundary. 62 for 2. Have a fielder out at deep point or deep cover now, Finland, as Frey goes up to mid-off in the air for a little bit and a fumble, so perhaps there probably was a single there. Deep mid-wicket and a sort of halfway fine leg halfway between the circle and the boundary rope for Finland. For now, the only fielder's out, as this next ball is a cracker. Beats the batter, taken cleanly behind the stumps. End of that over, the 8th. And Estonia 62 for 2, 5 then coming from that over. Of course, if you're listening to us in Finland and you're within the Uusimaa region, feel free to come along and watch the afternoon's action. No charge to get in at this beautiful Kerava cricket ground as the first ball of the next over. Bowling change from Trajila Mulapati is down the leg side. The captain bringing herself on now. Second ball is a wide. But yeah, if you're in the area, come along and watch. There's a lovely terrace you can sit on under some garden umbrellas. Bring yourself a little picnic, cold drink and a cool box. No better way to spend an afternoon than down here watching some international women's cricket. Mulapati's next ball is just defended. And defended again. Two teams with very similar outfits, of course, bearing the national colours of each nation. The Blues will have the red of Switzerland in action, as I say, from 1:30 against Finland before Estonia and Switzerland finish the afternoon off today. That's a nice shot, just over the infield. Only going to pick up a single though, as the fielder comes in from that deep mid-wicket boundary. Sends in a decent throw. Another single to the score. And they're bringing that fielder up now for the right-hander into the circle at cover and pushed out the fielder on the deep mid-wicket boundary on the other side, as this one is wide. Still that sort of 1.5 fielders really outside the ring from where I can see. Mulapati comes in again, and this one is swung hard. Great shot, straight back down the ground. It could get cut off, and will do in fact, by Rea Kula before it goes, but they come through for 2. So targeting straight Frey with some of these shots, middling that one nicely. Big swing again, going straight. Up to mid-on, but just a single. Not quite getting hold of that one. She moves on to 8 from 7. The end of the over. 69 for 2, so after that flying start in the power play overs, 44 for 2 they were, Estonia, after 6. And they lost those 2 quick wickets in the same over, the openers, Madanaika and Vesic going. Finland have pulled things back slightly from there. 69 for 2, we're not quite at the halfway stage. So they'll be eyeing 150 plus for sure here, Estonia. Bandari now into her second over. Starts with a wide. Second one is clubbed into the onside. Well fielded by Sheridan. Good pick-up. Throws slightly over the head of the bowler, allowing them to get through for an easy single. Frey moves on to 9 from 8 balls, so she's got a strike rate above 100, which is good. Brings the left-hander Lukugi on to strike now. And Bandari automatically switching around the wicket. This one bounces in front. She misses the attempted pull. It hits her high up on the hip, it seems. Oh, goodness me. Toe end there. Looking to find the onside with that pull shot again. It just got a toe end and shot past the keeper, who was wrong-footed, really. A tough chance. And another wide. Extras so far, top scoring for Estonia. It's the one thing that perhaps Finland have got to minimise if they want to keep this target to below 150 in the remaining half of this innings, as this one is up in the air. Could be a chance, and it is an easy one in the end for Sheridan. She's taken the second catch and just miscued that one, Lukogi. And Sheridan in that position, right on the ring she was positioned, but she gets in quickly. And another wicket falls. His third Estonian one to go. Lukugi goes for 8 off 14 balls. And Finland have their third. So just as those two were starting to build a nice partnership, it's broken. Finland picked up 2 in 1 over in the 6th to get rid of both the openers, so they'll be looking to try and get Frey as well as soon as possible. Try and get 2 new batters to the crease. Eight off 14 for Lukugi, 17 Madanaika. Made earlier on, and Vesic 9. New batter Ellermar. Eglin Ellermar, number 17. And Victoria Frey at the wicket now. Only one of the Estonian batters so far to get a strike rate above 100, so they'll look to try and keep her on strike as much as possible because she's been scoring at a good rate. But it will be the new batter Ellermar to face. Tall. And Van der it will be to bowl to her. This one's flighted nicely. She picks it on the half volley and just nudges it into the onside. And there's no run. Projected score on the Cricket Club's scoring app, 148 at the current run rate. They'll hope to go above 150 though, if they can try and keep enough wickets intact to accelerate towards the end of the innings. This will pass the halfway mark now, the end of this over. Short up in the air, could be another chance for Sheridan. No, she didn't put the dive in. It's one of those that you risk losing your teeth to. A good effort though. Another chance begging, but in the end that is a single to Estonia, which means Ellermar will keep the strike at the end of the 10th over. Then 75 for 3. And 6 coming from that over. Extras now past 30, 31. Mulapati is going to continue, the captain. Starts with a wide down leg side. That's a better ball, beats that beautiful stumping attempt, and she's given terrific work. Excuse me, just getting a bit carried away there. That was a terrific effort. It was a lovely ball, taken cleanly by the keeper, and the momentum of the batter just taking her outside her crease. And as we were talking about the need for Finland to take wickets in clumps has come to pass, and Ellermar goes for just the one. That's Frey will be the one they need to get now. It's a good bit of cricket there from the Finnish Bears. Smart stumping by the keeper. Off a good delivery. New batter is Marit Valner now, experienced campaigner. She pushes forward to another ball from Mulapati, which beats that. Good little spell. Rushing back to a mark. You can see the momentum that's given her. As the next one again is right bang on the mark. Pushed forward to by Valner. Good, another one. This is up in the air, could be catch. Oh, it's dropped. That would have been Sheridan's third catch, but instead she effects a run out because Victoria Frey is sent back and she's out of her ground. So how often do you see that? A drop catch leading to a run out. And Finland have struck quickly 3 times in a row now. And Frey, who was looking very dangerous, goes for 9 off 8. Drop catch in the outfield, but the batter had raced off for a single and was out of the ground. So Turning a misjudgment in the field into a great piece of work. Gives Finland now their 5th wicket. As Mulapati comes in again to Valna, who hits that into the onside. It's Sheridan again, who affects another run out. She could do. It's 2 in 2. Terrific stuff. Great pickup. Great throw. And Valna was out of just short of a crease, trying to go through for a quick one. And a flurry of wickets now. Valna's gone without scoring. And what was looking like a promising start for Estonia is stuttering a little bit now. Some terrific work in the field. As the new batter, Binishvani, comes in. A break in play here. Not quite sure what for. Maybe a problem with the scoreboard or something. So very much a game in stages this. The opening 5 overs very much Estonia's, 42 without loss they were after 5. Then 2 quick wickets, both openers going in the same over. Pull that back to 44 for 2. Then a small partnership developed for Estonia before that was broken. And now 4 wickets in the space of 2 overs. As Mulapati comes in now to bowl, and she's straying down leg side. This is to Ragnar Halleck now, the batter, coming in at number 8. Pushing forward to that one, to Sheridan. They're not taking a single to her, quite wisely. And a terrific over comes to an end, with 3 wickets falling in that over. And Mulapati's figures of 2 run-outs, of course, but her figures still very healthy indeed. 11 gone, 77 for 6. Mulapati 1 for 9 off her 2 overs, but that over inducing 2 successive run-outs as well. So, while we were talking earlier about Estonia looking to push on towards 150, we're now looking at Finland trying to limit this now to perhaps under 120, but let's see. Halleck and Varney, 2 new batters at the crease, both on 0, as Divija Unhale comes in around the wicket with her off-spin, and she's right on the mark straight away, pushed forward to by the left-handed Halleck, and there's no run. You can see the energy in the field now has ramped up several notches after that flurry of wickets. This one is spooned up in the air over the head of the fielder in the ring. Halleck gets through for 1, so she's off the mark safely. 2 tall batters now, so perhaps stretching forward a little bit more, these 2, to Unhale's off spin. This is a full toss, which is miscued by the batter. Very useful bowler to have come on in the 12th over, Divija. Terrific off spinner. And she's beating the bat on this occasion again. Terrific start. And having applied the pressure with those 4 quick wickets, now is the time for Finland to turn the screw here. Just 2 fielders outside the ring as far as I can see from here. As this one is turned into the onside, it will reach one of those fielders coming in from the deep mid-wicket boundary, who's Leah Martin. There's some hesitation out in the middle, but Halleck gets home for the second. Called a partner through and made sure her partner picked up what she deserved off that shot. Again, she's just nudging that back. Good ball, well kept out. End of a good over. And just 3 coming from it. She rattles through those overs as well, which is another important thing when you're on top. Especially with your spinners, try and get through those overs quickly as possible, and suddenly the batters don't know where the overs have gone. So Finland very much, you would say, on top now, having been under the cosh a little bit to start with. 80 for 6 after 12. So Anshar Kula coming back on now. She's starting over the wicket, which is a good sign here to the left-hander. She was struggling a bit around the wicket with her length. That's a good start. That one's just clubbed into the onside. It's a good shot, actually. Got through the shot well. It's going to trickle away, is it not? No, it's picked up on the rope. And they get through for 2. Halleck scoring nicely now then. Looking to get on with things a little bit. Peel there, half a peel from the bowler. Sure whether or not that was for taking the pads or a potential nick through. In the end, nothing coming of it, so Varney, the right-hander, is still on strike. Oh, goodness. Tries to club that into the onside. Gets nothing on it. Should be last ball of the over, this. And it is. Beats the batter. And the 13th is finished. 84 for 6. Estonia, having been put in, a reminder earlier, by Finland. Divija Unhale is going to continue from the Kerava end, going around the wicket to the left-handed Halleck, but it's wide of off stump. And another extra to the total. running between the umpire and the stumps. This one is just sort of dabbled at really by Halleck, outside off stump. She might have done better to perhaps leave that one well alone. 4 off 6 she is now. That one's a nice shot, actually. Sort of standing sweep in a way, just brushing it into the onside for a couple. Really nice little shot. Reminder that, by the way, that all these games taking place are full T20 internationals, so they do count towards the overall ICC rankings for these teams. So more than just perhaps the Tri-Series honours at stake here, as this one is clipped over the fielders in the ring on the onside, just behind square. It doesn't quite make the boundary. Holding up on the lush green grass here, actually, despite the very warm weather we've had in Finland and lack of rain over the last few weeks. It's a very lush green outfield. Full marks to the groundsman here, Mr. Steve Law, for his efforts on that count, as this one is pushed forward to by Alec. And there's no run. It's certainly a picture here at Kerava. Delightful place to be on a Saturday, watching some international cricket. He tosses that one up, full toss in the end, and Halleck can't capitalise. And that is no run. I thought the end of the over, but 1 left. 5 off it so far. Oh, and she just mistimes a sort of pull into the onside, does Halleck, and it's a dot ball to end with. So 89 for 6 after 14. Extra's moved on to 35 now. By far the top scorer. Aside from that, it was Madanayaka at the top of the order, who made 17 off 18. As we see Mullapati come back for her third, and that's pulled into the onside by Varney for a single. 3 wickets fell in her second over. This is her third. She might well have continued at that point, you would have thought, but she's brought herself on after a little change in bowling, and she's straight on the mark again as Halleck pushes that into the onside, rushes through for a single, quite quick between the wickets, so she gets home safely. As another Finnair jet comes in over our head on the way to Helsinki-Vantaa International Airport, just a few clicks south of here. Right on the money again. That's a terrific delivery. Absolutely superb. She's picked up a 4th, or rather the 4th wicket to fall in her spell, although she's not accredited with 2 of the run-outs, of course, but a 2nd wicket goes on to her figures, and Mullapati bowls Varney, who has gone now for 3 off 10. And the 7th wicket falls for Estonia, 91 for 7. Binishvani 3 off 10. The new batter then is Sormus. Lina Sormus. Captain's display this by Mullapati. She's been terrific, Trajula. Finland have pulled this back nicely in this innings after Estonia's strong start. Finland preferring to chase today, having won the toss. Short, but missed. I'll certainly be eyeing having them out under 120 now. For even fewer if they can. Short and again missed. It's like breeze goes across the ground now. Another good length ball, which is missed. Slightly angled bat there from the batter, which is allowing her to beat the edge quite easily. So another terrific over from Trajila Mulapati comes to an end. 91 for 7, so just the 2 coming off that over, including a wicket. 15 gone now. I suspect she'll continue with Divija Unhale. She will, from the Kerava end, who is 0 for 8 off her 2 overs. She'll be bowling to Halleck, who's got to take the ball by the horns really for Estonia here. She pushes forward to that one. It was a full delivery, perhaps inviting the clobber, but it didn't come. But she'll have to press on now. Halleck, she's 9 off 12. She tries to not really do anything with that. It wasn't a forward defensive, it wasn't really an attacking shot. A little bit of indecision there. She can hit a ball if she can connect. And that one's spooned up in the air. It's just falling short of the fielders though. The manager single takes her into double figures. And Sormus comes on to strike. That run rate was up at 9.5 earlier in the innings, now just a shade under 6. Helped by extras, of course. And Harley going around the wicket to the right-hander. This just lollops into the offside off the batter stretching forward. No run. Oh, high ball over the thrown up above the eye line there by Unhale, but that confused the batter. Not taken cleanly, but no run. Again, full toss, just defended. Feel that they've got to try and capitalise on those full tosses. Swing at them a little bit. In these last 4 overs, as the 16th ends, just 1 coming from it. And Finland turning the screw now. It'll be Anchal Kula to bowl again from this end. She's used this end throughout her spell. This will be her final over now. She comes in over the wicket to the left-handed Halleck, who gets hold of that one nicely. It's stung the fielder in the ring, who got a hand to it, but they're coming back for a second, and that's good running. Quite easy for them in the end. A tough chance, perhaps. Stung the hand of the fielder in the circle, but took the pace off it vitally. Kula drops short, and Halleck's just turning that round the corner. This time the same fielder makes a terrific effort, Sastamoinen there, to get down diving to stop it, and there is no run. Leg side wide. Tossed up, swish outside off stump, but it was wide. Another run to the score. Projected score now, the current run rate of 5.8 goes up to around the 116 mark. Earlier, the rate they were going at, they could have been on for 150, but they've been pegged back, have Estonia. This one's shorter, and Halleck goes for that one. It's not fielded in the ring, but he's going to go out to the fielder on the boundary. They're going to take an easy 2 as the relay throw has to come in. So Halleck just putting a foot down a little bit here now. (14 off 18). That one she just nurdles around the corner. Perhaps might have thought to take the single, but was declined by her partner. 6 off the over so far. Discussion between the umpires about something or other. And Halleck cuts that one backward a square in the offside. She's going to look for the 2 quite easily here, I think. She's very quick between the wickets, and she was running to the keeper's end. So another nice shot, just keeping things ticking over nicely for her side here. The 100 is up, 101 for 7 in the 17th. She just spooned that one over the head of the wicket-keeper. Her partner's come through. Good running from the non-striker. Excellent. She saw that was on. And the other good thing is there she gives her partner a strike at the start of the next over if they don't swap ends again. One more ball left in this. They're going to look to push to 120, I think, plus here. They've got to Estonia. This one is thrown well high up in the air and wide down the leg side. And Ragnar Halleck's going to take a single. Good running too. Excellent from these two. Spotting the opportunity there. No need to pick up the extra, but also another run on top of it and bring herself, the informed batter, on to strike. 16 off 21 she is. And she just watches that one go by again. That one's tossed up high above the eye line again, but wide of off stump 2. Just need to keep that pressure on Finland here. Goes for a big heave down the leg side, but gets nothing on it, and the ball goes through for yet another wide. That one sits up nicely, and she clubs that one, but doesn't get hold of it. And shy at the stumps at the non-striker's end. Is safe in the end. So quite productive that over for Estonia. 15 coming from it. And Kula's spell ends 4 overs 0 for 35. She's the first to get through her 4 over spell. As Unhale completes her spell with her 4th, and again she tosses that one up. It's a full toss and it's just spooned up into the air by the batter Saunders, but she gets home safely for a single. Just mistimed the shot there, which brings Halleck back onto strike. 16 from 22. Tall left-hander. She played nicely. She's pushing that back to the bowler for no run. You get the feeling she's going to unleash one sooner or later. Tries to clip that into the onside but gets nothing on it. And again, a fuller delivery missed by the batter. That's good bowling from Unhale. She's a terrific bowler. She's also minimising the extras as well. Just 1 wide in her spell so far. This one's fired in a bit quicker and beats a bit of a cross-bat shot from Halleck there. She tosses that one up. She tries to play it on the full. It misses the keeper, but Finland have fielder station behind there for that one. And again, Unhale races through her over to bring up 18 gone, 108 for 7. So just a single off that terrific over. Run rate of Estonia's exactly around 6. A runner ball. Another change of bowler. I'll get there in the end. Rhea Kula coming back, the opener, for her 3rd. Lena Solmus on strike. Slightly short ball, pushed into the onside. They'll go through for an easy single. There's a misfield too. And that'll bring Halleck back onto strike, who's the senior player in this partnership at the moment. She's going to look to have to go after things now. This penultimate over. Try and push Estonia up beyond 120. A lot of air, and on the full toss she's clubbed that into the onside. Will it run away for a boundary? No, it probably won't. It holds up in the end. A bit of relay fielding now coming back allows Estonia to take an easy 2. On to Nelson, 1-1-1 for 7. We should all lift our feet up off the ground if you're superstitious. Full toss, drilled back past the bowler by Halleck, and Halleck fields well, and they push through for a single. They're safely off Nelson, 112 for 7. Kula dropping short and wide. That's another extra. 45 now, those extras. Full toss, edged. Oh, diving attempt, what a catch! What a catch! There was 3 fielders in the vicinity of that ball. It was Sastamoinen coming in, who threw herself full length to clutch that ball before it grounded. Terrific effort. And Saunders has to go for 2. Great catch. There's been some terrific catches taken. It was an inviting full toss. She had to really go for it. And Rhea Kula picks up her first wicket as well in her 3rd over. Estonia's 8th down. 113 for 8. Now their target really is to try and see out all 20 overs and get Ragnar Halleck on strike as much as they can for the remaining balls, 8 or so. New batter is Shifa. So terrific catch that was from the point fielder as Rhea Kula comes in now. This one is an attempted swish down the leg side, nothing on it except perhaps a bit of body, so no wide called. Well, they managed to go through for a bye there. Estonia picking up a single at the end of the over, moving into 114 for 8, but it means now that Ragnar Halleck, who's the in batter, is stuck at the non-strikers end. 19 off 29 she is. Shifa will be the new batter facing this final over. If she can pick up a single, that'll be to their advantage, you would think. And let the batter who's been in there now for some time, 8 or 7 overs she's been in, get her on strike as Leah Martin comes back from the Kerava end, starts with a wide down the leg side. Tosses this one up, missed by the batter, dot ball. Pushes into the onside. It's going to be a run out, mix up in the end, and sadly it's for Estonia Halleck who has to go. Bit of confusion between the two out in the middle, but Halleck's played a good hand there. 19 off 29. She got stuck a little bit at the end, but she's done her part to help Estonia to a respectable target here. She becomes the 9th wicket to fall. And is the top scorer in the Estonia innings, bar those extras. 17, the next highest. Madanayaka, the opener. So we've got Carragher as the new batsman, but Schiffer the batter on strike. Tossed way up. This one is an inviting little clip into the offside, but they're going to get through for 2. She's timed that better than I thought, and it possible 3 on here if they can make it. It looked a little sort of outside edgy shot, that one, but actually she probably got more on it than I gave her credit for, and they pushed through for 2 in the end. So that's good stuff from Estonia. 117 for 9. This one's short, and she's helped that on its way around the corner. The non-striker has come down the end, and Schiffer's left stranded. And who's going to be run out here? Schiffer, I think. That's the end of the innings. Whatever. Anyway, so Estonia fall short of seeing out the whole 20 overs by 3 balls and lose their 10th on 117. At extraordinarily a run rate of exactly 6, which is nice and symmetrical, but quite unusual, I'd say. 6 exactly the run rate for Estonia, so that's pretty easy for Finland to work out mathematically then, isn't it? Just go a shade over 6 and over, although that's dropped now. 5.95 the final run rate figure. 118 will be the target for Finland to chase, and we shall be back with you for the start of that innings in around 10 minutes time. And a very warm welcome back to the Kerava National Cricket Ground as another Finnair jet heads into Helsinki-Vantaa Airport on this gorgeous summer's day in July here in Kerava, Finland, 20 odd kilometres north of the capital Helsinki. And you join us for the Finnish reply to Estonia's 117 all out, 118 then the target. Finland earlier won the toss. And decided to put the visitors in. This the third match in the Tri series this weekend that started yesterday with 2 wins for Switzerland against both of these sides. They will be playing Finland later on today at 1:30 Finnish time. But for now, Finland's task to get on the board, as both of these teams need to in terms of points, is to chase 118, and it'll be Stella Sheridan and Reija Kula to open the batting for them, and Anna-Marie Vesik, the Estonian captain, who batted nicely earlier on, opening the batting. She's going to open the bowling as well from the Kerava end, and she's in now. Quick and short, but just wide of off stump, and they go through for the first single. So they're off the mark immediately, Finland. Power play for the first 6 overs, of course. Only 2 allowed outside the ring, but as I look around I can only see, well, I can't see any in fact outside the ring at the moment. Vesik comes in and she's bowling full. This is missed by the keeper. It's going to go away for byes. Probably 2. So good start off the first 2 balls then for Finland. No runs off the bat. But 4 extras, I beg your pardon. We'll be talking to some of those involved with both of these sides in this innings, those that are responsible for helping develop women's cricket and cricketing generally around Finland. So stay with us for that as Kula pushes forward. Nice shot up to extra cover, and they're going to take 2 because there's a slight misfield. And a nice start then for Finland, chasing 118. So yeah, we'll be having some of those team management members with us in the box just for the next 20 overs or so, just to give us some thoughts on how the game's going and cricket in general, and this Tri-Series too, with the tabletop of Switzerland to come later on in the day. Another wide delivery outside off stump, but not called wide. So a bit of pace she has, Vesik. If she can get that accuracy allied to that, she'll be a handful. Kula, lovely shot. Little backward cut there. It's going to go away for at least 2. Mornes is the field after it. They're going to come for a 3rd, and she's pushing at Sheridan. That's very good running indeed. So a blistering start then. Sheridan waits for Vesik, and she plays that nicely, middled and timed, but straight to the fielder at point. Reminder of the Estonian innings in just a moment or two. At the end of the over, Vesik looks to complete it now. And she goes down leg side, so it will be another ball at least in this, as the umpire calls wide. Srinidhi Ravindra and Venkat Tragavan, the umpires out there. Very experienced pair in their delightful pink jerseys. And a good delivery and a good response from Sheridan. Great first over then for Finland. 10 coming from it in pursuit of 118. So the Estonian scorecard for you: Vesik made 9 off 19 deliveries, Madanayaka 17 off 18, Lukuge 8 off 14, Victoria Frey, who got her strike rate, the only one above 100, 9 off 8, LMR fell quickly, 1 off 3, Marek Valner a duck off 4 balls, Varney 3, Ragnar Halleck starred at the end there, 19 off 29, Lena Solmus 2 from 9, and she for 2 from 6. Helena Kergate was left not out at the end. Extras though for Finland, 47, as Valna comes in to open her account. Estonia got off to a flyer in their power play as well. 44 they were in the 6th over when they lost 2 quick wickets, the 2 openers, which pegged them back a little bit, so they ended the power play on 44 for 2. But couldn't sustain that kind of run rate throughout the rest of the innings, as Valna's next ball is a dot. Highly experienced player, Marit Valner. She comes in left arm around, and that's a nice cut shot, really beautifully played by Rhea Kula. That's going to race up to the boundary and trickles across for 4 runs. Great shot, beautiful technique. Waiting on the ball, playing it late under her eyes, and that's as pleasant a shot as we've seen all day. Terrific young cricketer. Great technique. As she waits Valner again. And she just prods that into the offside. Defensively, no run. She attempts a similar shot to that a couple of balls ago, but this one not quite as well played, and she doesn't make contact, going under the ball a little bit. A lot of bounce off this track here at Kerava as Valner goes up the hill slight incline here. That one's dropped a bit shorter though, down leg side and no run. Sorry, a wide called. That one's just come out wrong, I think. Called a no ball off the side of the track. For Finland, pick of the bowlers, Trajila Mulapati picking up 2 for 11 off her 3. One of her overs also led to 2 run-outs. And Divijo Unhale 0 for 10 off her 4, so really miserly bowling. Just the one wide from her too. Squeezes that one through. They should pick up 2 here. And well run, Rhea Kula. Sheridan didn't look like she wanted that one, but Kula was running to the danger end and knew she could get there quite easily. So good running to start with. And 2 overs gone. Finland well up already with the required rate. 18 off 2 overs. The required rate just a shade under 6. And they're already well ahead of that at 9 and over. Sheridan, vice-captain of this Finnish Bears team, took 2 catches in the infield earlier on and affected a couple of run-outs too. As Vesic prepares for her second over. She bowls nicely, and it's just pushed into the offside up to extra cover for a single. Oh, it's a wide. It's missed by the keeper. It's missed by the fielder too. And they should certainly be picking up at least 2 here. And they do. You feel already at the rate they're going, wickets are going to be key for Estonia if they're going to limit Finland. But let's see, things can change quickly in this 20-over game as Vesic's next one is speared down leg side. Oh, that's going to be called a no ball. It was over 2 of Rhea Kula's there. If she'd had herself stood on her shoulders, it was that high. It just came out wrong. Short, bouncy. Attempted cut from Rhea Kula and she doesn't get anything on it. Nice little shot that was. It was a decent delivery, but she's just dabbed that behind square on the offside for a very nice shot. Good throw coming in the end, but they're home easily for 2. And Kula going along nicely here. 13 off 14. She doesn't. She can't do anything with that last delivery from Vesic. Just defending that one. That's a uppish cut, but it's going to go away to the boundary for 4, I think. Does, after a few bounces. Just using the pace and the bounce from Anna-Marie Vesic there beautifully to pick up another boundary, and she races to 17 from 16 already. Great start. Finland already up to 30. That was a legitimate, proper, good cricket shot, that one. Short again, and she's just dabbing down on that as it rose on her a little bit. So good end there to Vesic's over, but 30 without loss. 12 coming from it. And the going run rates today, interestingly, always seem to be symmetrically perfect. 10 exactly they're going at. It's almost exactly 6 and over the required rate. Valna will continue for her second over. .118 the target, a reminder. Kula 17 off 17, so a nice round 100 for her strike rate as well. And 33.33 for Sheridan, her strike rate. A gust of wind sweeps across the ground. Velna starts beautifully. Just beating Sheridan, a little bit of bounce she's getting from that. Full toss, driven beautifully. This should run away. I think it will down the hill here. It just creeps over the boundary. Terrific shot. Straight drive from Stella Sheridan. A length just a little too full on that occasion, having beaten her with a beauty the one before, which prompts her some gesticulating. Potential changes in the field. They're bringing in Harlick off the square leg boundary into the edge of the ring, and mid-off is quite straight here for that shot from Sheridan. They just take a single. Long on has gone into place, but might change now for the change of batters. Perfect day weather-wise for cricket here. Nice shot, cut shot from Kula. Beats the fielder. They should pick up 2 here. Wasn't a terrible ball by any means, but beautifully played. He really got a nice cut shot on her there. It's a terrific start for Finland. They'll be very happy with this. She just dabs that one again into that favoured area of hers, just behind square. Perhaps a 2 was on, but contented themselves with a single. Kular's strike rate now bobs above 100. It's a great start from her. Sheridan also exactly on 100, 6 off 6. Marit Valna comes in again, full length delivery, which is driven on the half volley. Just squirts out into the onside, nicely fielded, no run. End of the over from Valnet. And after 5, Finland chasing 118, 38 without loss. So just the start Finland needed then, in pursuit of 118, 38 without loss. Still in the power play, 5th over coming up now. And we have a change of bowling. Ragnar Halleck is going to replace her captain at the Kerava end. Anna-Marie Vesik's 2 overs going for 20 to Halleck, who scored earlier, 19 off 29 with her tall action. Very tall player, comes from a big height, which will be a challenge for Rhea Kula, who's going exceptionally well, 20 off 20. And that just left alone outside the offside. Interestingly, Estonia after 4 overs were 38 without loss. Finland after 4 overs exactly 38 without loss. It's a day of symmetrical statistics today. That's a terrific shot. She's got hold of that one. It's gone over the head of mid-on. I don't think it's going to quite run away. Or it has gone. The umpire signals for. So another good shot. And another boundary. 42 without loss. Estonia after 5 completed overs were also 42 without loss. So Finland well up with things, but Estonia's run rate dropped considerably in the second half of their innings. As Halleck again comes in, just goes wide outside off stump. Well bowled, but well played too. Good cricket. Accurate bouncing ball, just dabbed into the offside. That's certainly her favoured area. Rhea Kula, she plays beautifully through there. High, up in the air. It's going to go over the head of the fielder though. Not quite all the way. And they pick up 2. Sheridan going aerial with that one, with the fielder inside the ring during this power play, who's now been asked to stay out there at long on the boundary. She likes going straight, whereas Kula likes going just backward of square on that offside as Sheridan waits for Halleck, and she has a big swing at a bouncing ball, looking for the deep square leg boundary, but gets nothing on it. I think that's the end of the over. It is indeed. 5 gone then. And 46 without loss. Finland in pursuit of 118. A reminder that after 5 overs, Estonia were 42 without loss. Right, another change of bowling. We've got Lukuge coming on to replace Marit Valner, whose 2 overs went for 16. So here she is, right arm over the wicket, just dabbed out into the offside by Rhea Kula, and there is no run. 25 off 23, or sorry, 25 off 24 now she is, so she's going well. Run rate well above the required rate. But remember, Estonia also got off to a bit of a flyer too, and were pegged back later, so Finland will look to try and avoid the same fate as this one comes out a little bit wrong. And no ball signalled for a couple of bounces. We'll be introducing you to one of the terrific support staff and members of the Estonian Cricketing Federation, who's with the team here for this weekend in just a moment or two, as Kula looks to club that into the onside, but doesn't time it, and no run. And we'll look to bring some thoughts of you, or for you, from both the Finnish and Swiss camps throughout the afternoon. Switzerland to play after this game, having won their first two yesterday against both of these sides. They've yet to arrive here in Kerava, probably having a well-earned break this morning, as the next delivery is wide. So they top the table in the early stages, 2 wins out of 2. And whoever wins here will pick up their first points, unless of course we have a tie. Another one comes out all wrong. Just trying to rub her hands on the ground to get a little bit of purchase. Free hit, of course. As Finland close in on the half-century partnership. This one is up above the eye line, played nicely on the half volley out into the onside. A bit of a misfield that perhaps could have thought of 2 there, but they'll safely bring up that 50 with just a single. The next one's clubbed into the offside, bit aerial. No danger in the end, and a single is taken. Extras so far 16. Just keeping an eye on that, as it's all important. Was a good ball. All important at the end of the day. Finland giving away almost 50 in extras. As we watch Lukugate finish her over, hopefully with this delivery, which she gives a lot of air to. There's an appeal, and she's given, and she's gone, and she strikes with the final ball of the power play, final ball of her over. And it's the dangerous Rea Kula who's gone, who's batted magnificently, really, for 26 of 28. And that's a welcome bonus for Estonia, and a good time, I think, to bring in. I'm not sure, sir, what your official title would be, but Dave Robson is alongside me, who's brought the Estonia team over. Welcome, Dave. It's a pleasure to have you here with us.
It's lovely to be here. It's a beautiful place to watch and play cricket.
And what is your official title then?
My official title is Development Officer, but also Manager of the women's team.
As I say, it's a delight to have you here. These teams know each other exceedingly well, of course. We're near neighbours, and you know, I've had the pleasure to see a bit of what's been going on in Estonia over the last few years. And you mentioned that title, Development Officer. The one thing that we should talk an awful lot about while you're here is just to sing the praises of that development work that's been done in Estonia, because I've seen the work that goes on in schools, with women, with kids, and for such a small nation, it's been terrific.
It's certainly been on the up, on the rise, and one of the people to praise is the person bowling right now, Ragnar Halle.
Yep. Met Ragnar a few years ago. She's straying down the leg side, though, as we big her up, of course, and she's carved into the onside for a 4. Ragnar Halle, one of those ICC level 1 coaches that you have there in Finland. She's got a great attitude. I know she does an awful lot of work going into schools, yep, which is terrific, because one thing we should say is that the number of young Estonian female cricketers you've got is terrific.
Yeah, and it's a good mix as well. We do have a few of the more experienced ones as well that have been playing for a long time. So having someone like Victoria as well, who's 18 now, and
watching Stella Sheridan go over the top, that could go for a maximum. That's a terrific shot. She's really got hold of that one, and it's given 4. Sorry to interrupt you there, Dave. Just a technical adjustment here in the box. Finland move on to 59 for 1. This one is a high delivery, but that's not timed, and up towards mid-off and just over the outstretched hands of the fielder as they pick up 2.
That's gone for a boundary.
It has gone for a boundary. I beg your pardon, the umpire was shielded.
Well hit.
Your thoughts, just we'll come back to that development aspect, but your thoughts on your innings?
Obviously started really well. I think the run-outs really changed the course of the game though.
As this one's dropped short and is hammered into the onside, just a couple of ounces and 4 runs from Sheridan. Yeah, it started off terrific, then you had the 2 openers go in the same over, and then a cluster of 4 in the space of 2 overs as well, so...
Yeah, I mean, we were looking at probably 150 for a while there, but yeah, just lost so many wickets in the middle, and maybe some not particularly smart running, hitting. I mean, we talked about how good a fielder Stella is, and there was a few people just hitting it straight to her running, which isn't really going to work out for you.
No, and it's Sheridan, that woman Dave's mentioning, who's playing a nice sort of back cut shot there for a couple, and they're cruising at the moment.
But I've seen her play a lot. I was over here for the ECS with a few of our girls, and she certainly can hit the ball when she's in the mood.
Yeah, she certainly can, and you're right, she had a big effect in the field as well with the run-outs and the catches as that Ragnar Halleck over comes to an end. 69 for 1, just by way of comparison. Estonia were 57 for 2 after 7 overs. You mentioned one of your young players, Victoria Frey. I know her mum. She's come through the system, and one of those that probably picked it up at a young age. And what age is she now?
Victoria's 18 now.
18.
She first started playing with us when she was 13. She did grow up in England, so went through some school systems there as well. So she did have a decent grasp of the game when she came to us. Went straight into men's cricket because we didn't have any women's cricket at that point, and she was taking wickets in Estonian men's cricket at 13, so we knew we had a decent talent there.
Yeah, for sure. And a bit like Rea Kula for the Finnish side here, started quite young and is sort of inspirational really. We have to start them young in many ways, don't we, to keep that development going, as the next delivery is a wide Lakuge, by the way, into her 2nd over.
So Victoria's sister, younger sister Kaiser's in the crowd watching as well, so we'll see her.
And what age is she?
She's just turned 16, I think.
So a couple of years' time we'll be talking about her here, no doubt.
Yep.
As the next delivery again played, nicely timed into the onside for a single.
Just 15, sorry. And she will be coming over with the junior team that's coming over in a few weeks.
Fantastic. And as the next ball is missed, I'm going to pick up a bye, just with one of my other hats on as the coach of the junior side. We should tell you that for those of you locally, if you want to come and watch some junior cricket at Tikkurila, 2nd and 3rd of August, we've got another tri-series going on where again we will welcome Estonia to these shores, along with a team from Stockholm Cricket Club, as the next one is high and over towards the boundary. Just for a single though. So at Tickerilla Cricket Ground, 2nd and 3rd of August, you can come and watch some terrific young talents, male and female, and welcome your company. But that's vital, that this will be the first time that I've led a under 15 side and that you've brought a young team as well. So this is tremendous times for cricket in this region, as the next deliveries carved into the onside for 4, and Finland are racing along at the moment.
We went to Austria last year for an indoor tournament. That was their first tournament together, but they've been super excited about playing some outdoor cricket and getting to see what some of the other teams are like. And they've been training. We were training once a week, and they came to me and said this isn't enough, so they're now training 3 times a week. They couldn't be more excited.
Well, I know that kids of that age, they will do it 7 days a week if they could, as the next ball is a good one, beaten outside the off stump. But this is monumental for our little region here, our Nordic region. Switzerland have been very, very good in supporting both junior and women's cricket with their arrival here. We had a little series, Finland against Switzerland, a few weeks ago, back in June. So the support of these associate nations in Europe is what it's all about, and the more they get experience, the easier it becomes and the better the cricket becomes.
Absolutely, and the Swiss men's team is coming to Estonia to play as well. So Switzerland's very much helping us out, and they've been talking about making it a more permanent thing. So I think they're very keen to help out this region as well. So very happy to have them.
Excellent, and European cricket on the whole is going through some good times at the moment. We've got Italy qualifying, of course, for the World T20s, helped along the way by a few of those that have played at the very top level. But nonetheless, they can only be of enormous help to the likes of associations. Germany's strength we've seen in past years too, as well as this full toss has helped really nicely along the ground by Divijo and Halle. It's well fielded though, and they only take a single. But it just shows the power outside, of course, England and Ireland and Scotland. Netherlands, Denmark have had a strong and long history of cricket, but that's being usurped a little bit by some other countries now.
Absolutely, and I think the last 5 years European cricket's just gone from strength to strength, and I don't see it stopping. We've got a lot of programs going in Estonia that are doing amazingly, and I know every other country is doing the same thing, and I think another 5 or 10 years, European cricket's just going to be getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah, lofted shot into the onside. I'm going to take a couple here. Sheridan's going along nicely here. She's into the 30s, and her strike rate's very healthy, over 160 at the moment. So at this stage, Finland clear favourites, chasing 118.
Doing it pretty easily, it looks like. Well caught. Commentator's curve.
There you go, fantastic. Well, you've done one for your side there, brilliantly, Dave. Perfectly timed, and you'll be saying that every single delivery from now on, as Stella Sheridan tries to drive straight, and she gets straight into the hands of long off. But she's played a terrific hand there, 33 off 20, and she's got her side into a commanding position here. Decent catch in the end as well.
Very, very good innings there from Stella. It was very similar to a shot she played a few overs ago that went through the hands. So good to see Beanish getting her hands on that one, and a good catch taken. Going back to development, I think the biggest thing for me and for Estonia is the opportunities that people are getting to play cricket, and I think it's the same across Europe. The amount of cricket that's being played and the amount of opportunities there are for not just national teams but club teams and women's teams and junior teams. It's hard not to succeed when there's so many opportunities.
Having said that, one of the biggest things is you've talked about the role that you've played in Estonia. I've seen it here too, going into schools and getting people who are not familiar with the game of cricket to understand it. Those of us that come from a cricketing background, we often make out how difficult and complicated the game is, but it really isn't. It's really quite a simple thing, isn't it?
It's as complicated as you want to make it,
yeah.
I think, and it's really just hitting a ball with a bat.
Yeah.
it can be very simple, and I'm very lucky to have Ragnar, a native Estonian who has such a passion for the game and can go into these schools and speak the language of the kids and really make it a fun time for them, and they're not confused. She's obviously got that knowledge of how she learnt cricket in the last few years, so she knows how to approach it. And dinosaurs like me that have been playing forever, it's very important to have those natives that can do it.
It's a really important point. Without going into details, but when I first met Ragnar and we're trying to get people to learn how to become coaches and take these kind of skills into schools, it was noticeable that those from the non-traditional cricketing background pick things up quicker because they're the ones that have learned. So it's in a good place. We can only go forward from here on in as Madanayaka completes her over. And just to bring you up to date with the score, 84 for 2 after 9, so Finland going along nicely. Estonia at 69 for 2 at a similar stage. And of course, we should also say that the partnership, you mentioned the ECS between Finland and Estonia is vital. Neither of us have any great, we don't have any great neighbours. Switzerland, they can travel to Italy, to France, to Spain quite easily. For us, it's a little harder. So this little partnership or collaboration, if you like, between Finland and Estonia is absolutely vital. As we watch the start of the next over, that's given a lot of air and watched carefully by Divija.
Yeah, and I think I've been involved in Estonian cricket since 2018, and I think definitely the last maybe 3 years, the partnership between Estonia and Finland, as that goes for another boundary there, well hit over the leg side. I think the partnership between the two countries has definitely grown a lot the last few years, and there's definitely seems to be a lot of collaboration. And we both seem to be pretty invested in helping the other one along when we can. I know there's a few of the men's players that come over and play in our league as well, and that's definitely helping some of our domestic players to play with, players that are maybe a little bit higher standard. And as you said, we had some of our women come over for the ECS, and I think they really loved getting to come out here and play and couldn't wait to come back for this. Yeah,
and one thing that is noticeable is sort of the camaraderie that's developed between the two sets of players. Is Unhali plays a terrific cut shot forward of square, or I think that's probably going to be given as a four, because I think she was handling the ball with her foot over the rope, so another boundary. And that can only help. We're only 2 hours away by boat, of course.
Yeah, I've been involved with the men's team for the last few years as well, and we know the Finnish guys really well, and there's definitely a good camaraderie there as well. And the feeling that, we're all from the same place. Yes, we're two different teams, but we're kind of the same.
And actually quite a nice, I think the pair of the two nations in many respects sort of punching above their weight in European cricket as well.
We had a big year last year. Got our first win over Finland. Had to throw that in. But we got three games against you coming up in Estonia next week. So good chance for some revenge for Finland there.
Yeah, I've talked about the juniors coming up in August, but we've got the men's Nordic Cup coming up as well. There's another single is taken with a push into the offside.
Yeah, three T20Is next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And some games against Latvia and Lithuania thrown in the mix as well, just for a bit of fun.
So the Finland-Estonia games are official T20Is, so they'll count for ranking points. But the ones against Lithuania and Latvia won't, correct?
They're not ICC members, so those will just be for a bit of squad rotation, try out some new things, that kind of thing.
And of course vital, as we have a little mid-innings break at Finland on 94 for 2. Vital that with these ICC ranking points that say we push above our weight or punch above our weight, but this is important because it secures extra funding the more you increase your ranking.
Yes, it's definitely become more of a focus since the ICC scoreboard sort of changed to include the rankings a bit more. So it's definitely something that we focused on very heavily, not just the men's team, the women's team as well, trying to, I guess, last year the women's team played some very strong teams, and it was great experience for them, but it was very difficult opposition, and we worked really hard this year to sort of look for some opportunities to play some teams that were more on our level, that we thought we had a better chance of beating, and we had a great series against Bulgaria in May, where they won all 3 T20Is and then won all the T10 matches as well, and that was really good for them to get their first T20I win and to get a bit of belief in the team that they could win games and that they could put big totals on.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, just playing experience, and this is where, you know, the future, the next 10 to 20 years is so important, that we can start getting junior leagues going for both, you know, boys and girls, and mixed teams as well, so we've got them coming through the ranks.
Yeah, it's about creating that pathway. How do you get the kids involved, and then how do you get them moving up into domestic cricket and then into the national team, and giving that motivation to them as well. And it kind of does start from the top sometimes. You've got to have a successful, or at least a competitive national team for people to want to say, you know what, I want to actually, that looks great, I want to try
Absolutely that. Right. You've got to have an incentive, haven't you? And of course, we're not blessed with enormous populations like some European countries. Although the one great thing I think we have in our advantage is that we're relatively small. As we watch the next delivery, just pushed into the offside behind square by Unhale for 1. You know, I've lived for several years in France, many cricketers in France, of course, but trying to get them all in one place, a national team training in one place, is quite difficult. Enormous distances to travel. Things tend to be a little closely centred, not exclusively around Helsinki. We have a lot of strength up in Oulu and Jyväskylä as well, but it makes things a lot easier in that respect.
And we're very talent centric. We've got a couple of teams in Tartu, but the vast majority of cricket is in Tallinn, and our only 2 cricket fields are in Tallinn, so it kind of makes it, unfortunately, I would love to have some cricket fields in Tartu, but it is very talent centric at the moment. Yeah,
but then not a huge distance to travel for those in Tartu, and a university's town as well.
They just got to get on a train and come up, so it is easy to do, even if it takes them a couple of hours.
Yeah, I met a few cricketers doing a good job down in Tartu a few years ago, so we know that there's coaching available down there as well, as the next delivery just pushed into the onside for another single. Finland closing in on the target, so our chat might be curtailed a little bit, Dave.
It is an area with massive potential. I think Tartu is a university town, so there's plenty of people coming in. There's that smash over the leg side, well fielded down there by Egerland. They'll come back for 2. It's I think a bit untapped at the moment. I would, as I said, like to get some facilities down there so we can do a bit more. I know Ragnar and I are planning, we do plan every year to run some school stuff down there as well, and try and do some monthly training sessions just to get something happening, and we'll definitely planning to do that again over winter.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily a quick process. No. It takes time, but you'll get there in the end, absolutely no doubt. We've seen that here in Finland. You talk about places like Oulu, which are a long way away, but you know, they've got a very active cricket club up there now.
They had the girls playing in the ECS,
absolutely,
which was fantastic.
And that's an 8-hour drive.
Yeah, I was talking to them and I was like, "Wow, do you play much?" And this is really our first time because it's so far away, but great to see them playing, and it looked like they had a really good time, and we had a couple of the Estonian ladies playing with them as well, and hopefully they play more in the future.
I'm sure they will. This is all great, and we're blessed with beautiful weather, we should say. And just another repeat, if you're in the area and you fancy coming down, sitting on the terrace, bring yourself a cool box or a picnic, then do so. We've got another 2 matches to go this afternoon, Switzerland against Finland, and then your team, Dave, will meet Switzerland. I didn't see any of the games yesterday. Your thoughts just briefly on Switzerland?
To be honest, I think they're a very well drilled side. Their bowling looked strong. I think we probably should have won, or we feel like we should have won that game. I think it got away from us in the end. So I think we're quietly confident going into the next one. But I think, to be honest, I think all three teams are pretty evenly matched.
Well, that's great stuff to hear. It should be a terrific series. And this is the young Victoria Frey we were talking about, 18 years old. She batted very well earlier before she got rather unfortunately dismissed.
Yep.
But here she is, showing us what she can do with her all-rounder skills as a bowler. Slingy action.
She picked up a 5 in the Bulgaria series.
Fantastic. Well, that's a lovely shot too. It's a good cricket all-round, good pick-up, good throw.
I don't know what your weather's been like lately, but it's been pretty miserable in Tallinn. So this is certainly a lovely change for us to come over and have some sun and heat.
Yeah, well, it actually was 30 earlier in the week, which is a little hot. I had a net session down here. I had to finish that at midday because the kids were dehydrated, but it's perfect today. I think about 24-25 we're expecting this afternoon. There's a nice breeze across the ground as well, as Frey's bang on the money again with her line. Oh, that could be interesting. That is direct hit. Well, they were cheekily, I was going to say, snatching a single and perhaps took their eye off the ball almost literally there. Good pick up and throw, direct hit and a wicket.
It's been really impressive, the amount of direct hits I've seen over the last 2 days. It's every team's been doing it. I think that's probably our 3rd or 4th direct hit run out.
Yeah, and that's just, one thing I always look at is how teams perform in the field. It's always a good indicator of where they are as a squad and a unit, and some of it's been excellent today.
We've certainly done a lot of work over the last few months on the fielding and the catching and the throwing. It's something that Anu, our new coach, has been very adamant about, and she's written up the training plans, and every week we've got at least an hour and a half of fielding. So it's something they've been working really hard on, and it's showing.
Yeah, absolutely vital. It does show, and you can see it a mile off when you see a good fielding side. As next ball is a single. We had a try series a couple of years ago when Denmark came.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, overthrows, we've got buzzers here. And it was clear to see the difference, the stark difference when they came in how they were as a fielding unit. And I said there and then on air, and as a coach, I said that's what the level we need to get to, and I'm pleased to see that we're getting much closer to the likes of them now.
I think I've noticed it with the men's teams as well. Finnish team is very strong in the field, and it's something Richard Cox has worked a lot on with the Estonian team as well, and I think it's probably one of the reasons we are punching above our weight. There's maybe some of the teams above us that don't work so hard on the fielding. They're probably a little bit better with the batting and bowling, but we can close that gap with the fielding performance. Yeah,
and it always shows. Richard Cox, you mentioned there, a veteran coach from my part of the world, Warwickshire originally, but now helping out in Estonia.
Yeah, Estonia, Cyprus has got a few
everywhere.
Hats on,
yeah, he goes to all the nice places, I notice. Yeah. Not that there are any not nice places, of course, in Europe. I should add the disclaimer, but yeah.
Also ex-CEO of Dutch cricket, so he brings a lot of experience to Estonia, and we're very happy to have him helping out as the high performance director, and
yep.
He's done a fantastic job for us.
Yeah, and it's involving people like that. I mean, guys who've worked at the top level professionally in the likes of England,
yep.
helping out as well, as this one is pushed back past the bowler. Again, a single.
But also to have, a coach like Anu, the experience she has playing international women's cricket. She was playing for MCC last week. Like the contacts she has, it's fantastic for our girls to have someone like that to learn from.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's mixing with the big fish, isn't it? And that's vital. It's also just it creates this sense as well that there isn't an enormous gap either between associate cricket and those at the top level. Just by the way, we should say, for those of you who enjoy your women's cricket, talking about the top level, that 50 over one-day international between India and England, being played at Lord's today, the home of cricket. So that'll be something to follow as well. You can feast on women's cricket, but you can keep it with us for now. And listen to that in the background as Finland inch closer to their target now of 118.
It's been a well-controlled chase here. They've just kept ahead of that run rate the whole time and not done anything too silly.
No, good fielding.
Well done, Ragnar. Oh, good throw.
Excellent stuff. And just extras, just over 20 as well. So half what Finland gave away as well.
Yep.
As a full toss is clubbed.
It is something we've talked a lot about, those extras. You see sometimes in women's cricket it does make a big difference if you can keep those extras down.
Massive difference, yeah. Just impressed by the throw coming in there as well.
I know. Victoria. She tends to throw it over my head at training.
Yeah, her mum is she's quite an accomplished tennis player
yeah.
as well as a lawyer, I think.
Yep.
So talented family. She's raced in now to bowler's second over, as Finland need 12 to win this T20 international between the pair.
She did struggle yesterday after a long batting innings, and then out in the field she was not in the best shape after the game, so it's good to see she's pulled up well today and batting and bowling well again.
Yeah, well, they're at that age, aren't they, where they recover a bit quicker than we do. And they just want to go again.
Oh, absolutely. I said to her this morning, how are you feeling? And first response was, I'm fine to play.
In case you're asking, Coach, I'm fine to play.
It's not what I'm asking, Victoria, but thanks for letting me know.
Right, very good. Here she is again. Enjoyed watching her today in this game. She bowls another one on the money, which is just defended by Leah Martin, who's the new batter. I say new, she's 2 off 3.
I think they'll look to just defend Victoria. She's sometimes tough to score off. They don't need to do anything silly here, and look to target the other end.
Yeah, just 11 needed, plenty of time to do it.
Yep.
She comes in again and again, right on the spot. I'll just give you her figures. She's into her second over now. But 0 for 4 so far.
There's been a bit of a debate with Victoria over the last few months about whether she should bowl in a hat or not. It's good to see her not wearing the hat today.
Yeah, a few have chosen that option today, but often a lot of it's to do with keeping your hair out the eyes and things. You always run that risk, though, I think, of course, if you knock it off, the umpires will step in.
Yeah, she missed a couple of caught and bowls earlier in the year, I think, where the hat got in the way a bit too. So there's been some conversations about losing the hat and giving that a try. So,
we've bigged her up, of course, and she just bowled a couple of wides. That's our fault.
Just lost her run up there. Seemed to bowl off the wrong foot, but very talented girl. Hopefully she'll be playing for Estonia for a lot of years to come.
Yeah, and that's, as I say, reiterate the point about Rhea Kula, our opening bowler and batter as well, and her sister. You know, they're young stars of the future. She beats it beautifully outside the off stump, not taken cleanly, but a probing delivery again. She just full of confidence too. She looks
classic teenage.
Yeah, assured.
We talked a lot about bowling a bit fuller today. I think Anu said a lot of the bowlers were a bit short yesterday, and Victoria's definitely getting that ball up there as she bowls a short one as soon as I say that. But I think it's definitely a key in women's cricket. The fuller you bowl, I think the more successful you are.
Absolutely. And I think a couple of your bowlers, certainly your Vesic and Ragnar Halleck, quite tall. You get a bit of bounce off here, so you can get a bit of bounce even off a full length, which can cause all sorts of trouble. So that's probably a good lesson to learn. That one's nice, but she's played it well too. Into the offside.
Victoria a bit more skiddy, doesn't get a lot of height, and her action's quite low, so needs to get it up in the block hole. But yes, Anna Marie has been playing since 2009, I think 2010, in and out of cricket as our women's scene came and went, but always was around cricket and played some men's cricket too. She's got a tremendous amount of experience, and it was one of the first things when we were trying to rebuild this women's program was to get her back involved, and she's just had a couple of kids as well, so wasn't interested in the captaincy for a while, but now she's back in the captain's seat, and I think it's the perfect place for her with all her experience to lead this team.
Great. As Madanayaka's first delivery is just, no, there could be a mix-up, no.
Well run in the end.
Yeah, a little bit of hesitation, but Leah Martin got home fine in the end after nudging it behind square for those couple. Finland now then just 1 shot away from their target.
I'd love it if they could do it with a 6, come on.
Almost out, you're going to call it. It's going to be 6 over deep mid-wicket, stroke into the hands of your fielder, posted out there in front of the covers. So, yeah, this clearly a win for Finland, and they'll be delighted with this.
First T20I win.
Yeah.
Ragnar picks it up, throw. Ooh.
Good effort.
Didn't miss by much.
Yeah, this is... I mean, that game, you were so close. You mentioned it against Switzerland yesterday. And I went down to, 5 balls left?
Yeah, and realistically, I think we didn't do ourselves any favour. The last 3 overs of our batting innings really struggled after a really good start and just didn't finish it off. If we'd had another 10 or 15 runs there, I think we would have won easily.
Full toss, middled, and dropped on the boundary edge. That's a shame. That's a shame. That would have been a nice catch to have taken.
She's a very good fielder, Evelyn. She'll be disappointed with that one.
Yeah.
But, she moved well and she got under it. Just went through the hands.
And one of those hands out or hands up situations, I think, in the end. So the next one is beating her even.
I think she'll be happy it didn't go for 4 though. So
yeah.
She saved the boundary.
Well, that's the key, isn't it? You know, whatever you do, just don't let it go past you. 114 for 3. Finland after 15 overs, so just the 4 runs required. Dave, hopefully you'll just stay with us till the end here.
And we did talk yesterday during that Switzerland game that it was our first, I guess, close game. And it is a skill to learn how to manage those close games and how to get those wins, and it's something they'll learn over time. And we had the same thing with the men's team. We would keep getting in winning positions and losing them, and it just takes time to learn how to manage those situations, and they'll get there.
Yeah, and that only comes with experience. There's the physical and technical aspect of playing cricket, then there's the game management and all that kind of stuff, but that can only come by being in the cauldron, so to speak, as the next over begins. And this is Lokoge into her 4th, I believe, now.
And the other thing to remember is a lot of these women have not played a lot of real cricket games. They've played a lot of indoor, they've played a lot of practices. Well, that's a big hit into the leg side. Fielder's coming round, but it's going to go for 4.
Great shot from Unhale, Divija Unhale, great player.
Another one who can hit the ball a long way.
She can, and that is that. She gets them past the target of 118 in the 16th over, I beg your pardon. And comprehensive in the end for Finland. They didn't have the stutter really, Dave, that you had, which was probably the difference here.
Yep, that middle sort of 12 to 15 over stutter where we lost a few wickets and that run rate just came down. That was the difference, and didn't bring it up with a 6, but it was a lovely shot for 4.
Yeah, so terrific stuff. Glorious morning's cricket here at Kerra. Dave, it's been an absolute pleasure you being with us. Thank you so much for giving us a bit of an insight into cricket in Estonia. He'll be here, of course, the rest of today and tomorrow. And Estonia, we wish you the best of luck against Switzerland this afternoon, and we'll no doubt be seeing you, well, I'll be seeing you in the very near future, of course, but we thank Dave for his company and congratulate Finland on that victory. Estonia still searching for their first win this series. Finland get off the mark with that win, and we'll see if they can replicate it in the next game, which is due to get underway at 1:30 finish time, so just hour and 45 minutes. That'll be against Switzerland, the team who are unbeaten so far in this series. So we look forward to joining you then. For now, many thanks, Dave, and many thanks to all of you who've listened wherever you may be. We hope to have you back with us again around 1:30.